Hey guys, let's set this Falcons Cowboys game going. Hold on. And I do not talk gay. People have issues sometimes that they like to talk trash, so it ain't my fault. It's not my fault that they talk stupid and retarded. I am not stupid and retarded. Yeah. Yes, this for sound gay, but whatever. I'm gay. Some people are happy that I haven't been on in a long time. So look, guys, I'm back. So shut up. I want the Falcons, not America's team.
The face of Thomas Day Koo, and he plays that exceptionally well. Thomas Day Koo has been a good player for this Falcons defense this year, coming off his best game of his young career last week against Chicago with 2 interceptions. And named the NFC Defensive Player of the Week for that effort. So 1:05 to play until halftime. Romo throws, catches made, and that's good enough for the first down to the 27. And again, it's Martellus Bennett. You were talking about him before the game. Had a real nice rookie year. Has been pretty quiet so far this season. Quiet today until the last 2 completions and a timeout on the field. Well, 2 catches for him is more than he's had in any one game this season. A guy with high expectations, and you're right. I mean, they're getting him involved here today. And they expected more from him in the early going of this season. Well, coming up, the Visa halftime report. Kurt, Terry, Howie, Michael, and Jimmy will have the scores and highlights from around the league. So stay tuned for that. Meanwhile, Romo and company with 52 ticks left.
Hold on.
That's the first time out Dallas has spent here in the first half. So 2 to go, and the ball's at the 27-yard line. Well, and Tom, when we were talking with head coach Mike Smith yesterday, he talked about the importance that he places on defensive stops before the end of a half, or certainly at the end of a ball game. But the statistics, and I don't know exactly what they are, but they're pretty overwhelming. When a team is able to score before the half, that team generally goes on and wins games, and that's not lost on Mike Smith.
Couldn't do it.
What happened in the game you had in Atlanta against New England? Blitz coming. Romo gets it away to Barber, and a nice open field tackle keeping Barber in bounds made by Chris Houston. Yes, it was, because Marion Barber in that situation is not an easy tackle. Probably breaks more tackles than any running back in football. Down to 30 seconds remaining until halftime. Romo caught by Austin. First and goal of the 9.
I wish he fumbled.
And the Cowboys use their second time out of the half. Austin just has a knack for knowing where the holes are.
Getting ready for the Falcons.
Well-thrown ball by Tony Romo, having to lay that perfectly over the outstretched hands here of Travis Jackson. But Miles Austin, you can tell the rapport that he has with Tony Romo. And, you know, as you mentioned earlier, Tom, we saw it 2 weeks ago against Kansas City, the day that he had, and a little bit like Martellus Bennett. You know, he was one of those guys that was expected to come in and really help make up for some of the lost production when they lost Terrell Owens. And now with him getting more opportunities, he's starting to really show up for this team. Romo has had a fabulous second quarter. Yes, he did have a fumble, but he has been brilliant. Started the game in the first quarter 0 for 2.
I don't care if they get a touchdown. Falcons will come back.
Great protection. Across the middle. Jones, the reception at the 6-yard line. 15 seconds left, and Dallas will spend its final timeout of this half. And, you know, if you're an Atlanta Falcons,
take this stupid knee.
The game, you go 80 yards, 16 plays, jump out to a 7-0 lead. But ever since then, this game has been dominated on both sides of the ball by the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, both defenses have really done a pretty good job.
Oh, dang it.
You get a drive going, of course, if you're looking at this.
It's my dad.
3 points, but I mentioned coming
What's
in
up?
at halftime, you know, it's overwhelming, the statistics, when you look at who goes on to then win a game. But if they're able to keep this a 1-possession game and a 6-point difference, I mean, that's certainly what they're angling for at this point.
Well, you're out of timeouts, and you're under 15 seconds left to play. In this situation, you know, you're probably not going to get off 2 more plays, perhaps enough time to spike the ball if you do make a completion. But a lot of choices here.
If you spike the dang ball, you stop the dang clock. Oh, wait. No, it's only if you win.
Romo still on his feet. Touchdown. Wow, what a play by Romo.
Good job.
In the backfield, somehow got away and finds Clayton for 6.
Jonathan Babineau was the first one to get there, and it just doesn't wrap him up. He just bounces right off of him, as you said. And, you know, once he escapes the pressure, he is looking to find an open man. And you just can't expect the secondary at that point to be able to cover for that long.
17 unanswered points for the Cowboys. They score in the final seconds of the half to go up by 10.
I mean, really a good job with the twist up front defensively, and they get what they wanted. And Mike Smith,
that was a really
showing his frustration and anger.
Tony Romo just played great football right there. They didn't take him down. I thought he was going to get a tackle, probably lose the football. Break the tackle, so my next tackle, Gets it, breaks the tackle, and throws him out. I thought he was going to run in for the touchdown, but no, he did not. He threw it, so that was awesome.
His starting job to Miles Austin, but look how he continues to keep playing. And at that point, it's just staying alive, knowing that Tony Romo would find him.
The 11th-year Atlanta Falcon, in fact, a lifelong Georgian, Keith Brooking, born in Georgia, went to college at Georgia Tech, spent 11 years, 5 of those as a Pro Bowler for the Falcons. They decided not to bring him back.
Falcons have 6 seconds left to make a play.
And he circled this game on his calendar when the schedule came out. 1 second, and then that will tick off, ending the opening half. So outside of an opening drive by the Atlanta Falcons to go up
17-7 Cowboys.
Group in a hurry, both on offense.
1 second left, decided to take off, so I'm going to say bye.